The Uber driver who wanted me for himself. English is not my first language, and I'm writing on my phone, so I apologize in advance for any mistakes. This happened 3 years ago while my former relationship was ending. I was 27 years old. Me and my ex boyfriend weren't living together anymore. We were separated for a few months, but not quite broken up yet. I had just found out that his twin brother, that he was keeping from his twin brother, that he was keeping me as a backup. What an asshole. While having fun with other girls, so I decided to end things. It was my birthday. I was a bit emotional about the whole situation, so I decided to go to his place and end it properly, face to face. I took an Uber and went to the other side of the town, very far away from where I live, and in a not so friendly or safe for girls area. So you thought that's a good idea? Sorry. I got there, we talked and ended things on good terms, given the situation. Okay. Now it was time to call an Uber and go back home. This was happening in November on a rainy night. What a night. About 2 a.m. My ride came, I got in, and I was just looking out the window and thinking. After 5 minutes or so, I noticed that my Uber driver was looking at me in the rearview mirror. I hate when this happens. Like, what are you supposed to do? I just ignore it. Like, this is so creepy and happens so many times to me that at some point I'm like, yeah, he's staring, I know, but I will just ignore it and it will go away like a ghost. I don't know. It's not something you laugh of. I laughed because of the ghost. Doesn't matter. After 5 minutes or so, I noticed that my Uber driver was looking at me in the rear view mirror. In every second when he could take his eyes off the road. That's creepy. I brushed it off, and this wasn't the first time when it happened. Yeah. And I was honestly pretty sad to care. But then I noticed that he slowed down. A lot. This was when I started to pay attention to my surroundings, but without giving him the sensation that I was doing so. I noticed that he was a thin and tall guy, about 25-30 years old. He looked like he wasn't taking very good care of himself, and his car was actually pretty dirty. I was just hoping to get home safe and faster at this point. Then, out of nowhere, he started talking. Ugh, that's worse than staring. Driver, you are beautiful. Me, long pause. Thanks. What's your name? Me, long pause, and then I whisper my name. I realized that he could see it in the Uber app anyway. Driver, what a hot name. Who says that? I've always wanted to have sex with a girl name. Insert my name. Me, total terrified silence. Driver, staring at me in the rearview mirror. Me, uh, he started talking and rambling without pause, but expecting clear responses and reactions from me. Driver, do you have a boyfriend? Me, yes. Driver, what a shame. I wanted you for myself. Me, silence. Driver, but I don't mind the boyfriend. Bro, let's go somewhere else. Come on, change the address in the app cause I can't, only you can. I know a place where we can go and be alone and smoke some weed. Bro, please, let me go. Me, no, I can't. Take me to the address from the app. At this point, I started to pay close attention to the route he was taking. I was so ready to jump out of the car if the situation had gotten really dangerous. Then he put on a local rap song which I had never heard before. The lyrics were very explicit, describing what the singer does to a girl during sex. Extremely explicit lyrics. Driver, hear that? That's how having sex with me will be like. That's gross. Oh, yes, I will totally lick you. Ugh, like that and pull your hair until you can't even scream anymore. Bro, what the fuck? You will love it and come back begging for more. Me, total silence. At this point, I started messaging my ex and telling him what was happening. It was also a good excuse to not have to look at him or reply. Driver, what do you think about that? Me, silence, texting my ex. Driver yelling, I asked, what do you think about that? Dude, my heart dropped. I froze. Do you, well, I haven't heard this song before. Driver, do you smoke weed? Me, no. Driver, to smoke a joint with me? Me, no, thank you. No, thank you. Driver, are you home alone? I could call it a night and go to your place and show you what I'm talking about. Ugh. My heart was racing so bad at this point. I was scared and shaking so hard. I was home alone, actually living alone. I decided to start recording him from here on and send the recording to my ex. Oh my god, I hope he's a good guy and he will help you. Like, even if he cheated on you, like, bro, just help her. Me, no, my parents are waiting for me. Driver, oh, that sucks, man. But we can stay in the car. I'll join you on the back seat. Bro, don't you get it? We'll find a spot where it's dark. Me, no, I need to go home. I'm tired. Driver, come on. I'll make you. Bro, what? I'll make you, 3 times in 10 minutes. Bro, what the fuck? Trust me, where did I put that weed? And he started searching for it. My ex listening to this part and called me. I was so relieved when I saw my phone ringing. I answered and I made sure that the driver would hear that I'm on the phone with someone. He kept on talking, but I didn't hear much because he seemed to be upset about my phone call and he was mostly talking by himself. That's how we know he's not right on his mind. My ex was furious but told me to say out loud things like where I am when I get home, as if he was asking me and I was answering, and other stuff like my mom texted me and is waiting for me to say that I will call him and I get home when I get home. I ended the phone call and the driver asked me if that was my boyfriend. I said it was. He kept silent for about 5 minutes. That's a long time. And I was anxious to get home. We had like 5 more minutes before getting to my address. When he saw on the map that we were getting close, he started asking me again to go somewhere or stay in the car with him, to smoke with him, to tell him everything about me, my life, that he thinks he fell in love. He fell in love. To break up with my boyfriend. His speech was getting scarier and he was getting more and more anxious that he couldn't convince me. He was turning to look at me, stop at green stops so he could turn to me. What? He was turning to look at me, stop at green stops so he could turn to me. I get it. After what seemed like forever and after shaking like a leaf when we got in the front of my building, I practically jumped out of the car while he was like, no, don't go. Where is your apartment? Let me come with you. Bro, what the fuck? I ran and entered the building. I had previously taken my keys out of the bag to open the intercom. I didn't turn on the light on the staircase because I didn't want him to see where in the block I live. It's a small block with 4 floors only. I stood there in the darkness and peeked out the window to see if he was gone. He wasn't. He was looking at the block, probably waiting to see exactly where lights will turn on or off where I live. I couldn't even enter my apartment because I had left the lights on in my hallway and he could have seen that. I waited like 5 minutes and he slowly left. I quickly entered my apartment and locked everything, but I did not turn or off any lights. So it wouldn't seem like someone got home or something. I went to peek out the window to be sure that he indeed left, but surprise, he was back and parked this time. I was scared out of my mind. Girl, call the police. I know that many will say I should have called the police, but in my country, the police doesn't come for stuff like this. They barely show up in an hour if someone is being beaten or something. So he was there, just sitting there. Then I get a message from an unknown number telling me to come back down. Ugh. Because he was waiting for me. I froze and cried at this point. It was like my life could completely change because of a 30-40 minutes ride with an unstable person. I didn't even know how could he take my number from the Uber app, or if he buzzed me when I arrived to pick me up. I couldn't even remember. I didn't reply. He sent a few more messages. I remember that one particularly really creeped me out. He was asking me to at least smoke a cigarette with him on the phone so he can hear me breathing and smoking. I texted back saying to leave me alone. He started calling and I blocked the number. I was afraid that he could get so angry and try to get into the building and find me. I was looking out the window from behind the curtain and I saw that after I blocked him, when he tried to call and couldn't, he started smashing his phone. Oh my god. Against the steering wheel. He finally left after 40 minutes or so of staying there. Oh my gosh. I remained keeping watch for another 2 hours or so. He didn't return. Thank God. The next day he messaged and called from another number, but I blocked that one as well. He tried once more 1 year later. I was so surprised, honestly. I blocked that number too and never heard from him again. 1 year later, God damn. I'm also glad that I never saw him or his car again, although right now I don't really remember how he looked like or what type of car he had. I reported everything to the Uber app and I hope that they took measures. Honestly, I don't understand why nobody before me reported him. I didn't feel like it was the first time he did this. It was somehow so easy for him. Ugh, one of the worst experience ever. Thank you so much for reading. This turned out to be a longer than I expected. Oh my god, this was a hell of a ride. This was so chilling. Oh my god, I'm in shock. I'm also glad that you're okay. And oh my god, like when you think this kind of people exist, like girls, please take care of yourself. Boys also. Like what is happening? Yeah, I am better. I sorry. I'm glad that you are fine and okay, and I hope you will never meet this creep again. And I hope you guys learned something from this story. There are a lot to learn from. So thank you so much for watching me, guys. If you like the story or how I narrate it, please like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever. And yeah, see you when I see you. Bye, creepers. Beautiful creepers like me.